What's going on, guys? WhiteFoxL25 here with another video, and today I'm doing my full review of the Dark Brotherhood DLC for the Elder Scrolls Online. I got to play this for the last week and I'm ready to give you guys my final thoughts. We're going to be talking about the new zone, the quest line, the new gameplay, the skill line, and the free patch that came out, so we have quite a bit to talk about. But let's get right into it and talk about the new zone, which is the Gold Coast. Now, it's not a huge zone, it's about the same size as Hughesbane, I'd say, but it's pretty unique, it has its own style, and it's nice to visit Cyrodiil outside of a PvP environment. The zone has 2 world bosses and 2 delves. The world bosses were really fun. One is an arena in Kavash where you're going to be fighting waves of enemies. That's one of my favorites to date, and it was really fun to play with other people. And the other one is good too. And then there's 2 delves. One's kind of average, but it's made up for by having a good quest in it. And the other is really cool. It's this dark cave, and I actually haven't seen anything like it in the game before. So it's cool to do that. And each of the delves also has a quest involved for both of them, which is worth mentioning. Overall, they were pretty good, but obviously the main focus is on the Dark Brotherhood. 2 things I just want to mention quick. I kind of wish there were more side quests in the zone. Overall, there just aren't any side quests other than the ones that have to do with the delves and the world bosses. And then on top of that, one of the quests for the delves actually recognizes that you're a vampire, which is something I've been asking for, and a lot of people in the community have been asking for quite a while. So it's nice to see that finally come to the game, and I hope for future vampire quests they include that in the dialogue too, because I know everyone really appreciates it a lot when they do that. Let's move on and talk about the Dark Brotherhood questline. It's really well written, I have to say. I love the Thieves Guild, and I think they topped the Thieves Guild. And I still don't think they did better than the Thieves Guild, but it's definitely up there, almost like a tie with it. And I think they did a great job. The characters were all really good. If you've ever played an Elder Scrolls Online story, you know they're really good at writing. And I think the Dark Brotherhood is just a great example of that. If you like the Dark Brotherhood lore, if you like the whole feel of being an assassin, you're really going to like this questline. It's really well written. There's a lot of plot twists and things you don't expect, and on top of that, who doesn't really like infiltrating a castle, using secret passages and assassinating people? It doesn't really get much better than that, and I can just say it's really true to the Dark Brotherhood. And if you like the Dark Brotherhood in Skyrim or Oblivion, you're definitely going to enjoy this too. There are 10 main Dark Brotherhood quests, and then on top of that, you're going to have to do Radiant quests in order to progress through the storyline. They're pretty good. There's a few that just go to this zone and assassinate this person, or go to this zone and assassinate a bunch of people. But there are also some where you have to go to an instant sewer or something and sneak past guards, use hiding spots, and then assassinate the target and escape in the time period, and that's the most fun. I kind of wish they weren't all sewers. I don't really get why the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood all do their quests in the sewers. I really just don't understand, because I see no reason why it couldn't be an instance castle where you have to go and assassinate this guy and then you just leave. But that's just a minor complaint. I don't really understand why it's sewers and not other areas, but that's just a little thing. Overall, the Radiant quests are really fun. I've done about at least 60 of them so far, and I haven't gotten bored. Just going to a zone and assassinating someone is just really fun. It doesn't really get boring, so I've enjoyed them so far. And you will definitely have to do them, because in order to progress through the skill line and the storyline, you're going to have to do a bunch of these. Now, the skill line is pretty fun. Just like the Thieves Guild, it's all passives, and they're mostly useful for crime, not really gameplay. But if you're planning on doing a lot of assassinations, it's definitely worth it. Plus, the Dark Brotherhood main storyline will give you skill points, so it's not like you're wasting skill points that could be used on a weapon skill line. It all works out in the end, and I think the skill line works pretty well. There are some really cool ones, like when you're mounted, you don't aggro enemies as easily. I thought that one was really cool, and a few other ones that just help with killing people in general. It's not the most amazing skill line ever, but it definitely gets the job done. Let's move on to my favorite thing in the DLC, which is the Blade of Woe. You get this right when you start the Dark Brotherhood questline, and it really just changes the way the gameplay works, and it's really fun to use. How it works is it gives you the ability to sneak up from behind people. You hit X, and then you do this cinematic assassination. Sometimes you stab them in the gut and stab them in the face. Sometimes you throw the knife. There's a bunch of them, but they're all really brutal and fun to watch. What it does is it basically turns the game into a stealth game. There were missions in the Dark Brotherhood where I felt like I was playing a stealth game, because I was sneaking around, coming up from behind people, doing the cinematic assassination like a stealth game, hiding in the baskets, and it all worked really well. And I think it's the first MMO to really change the gameplay, because now even outside the Dark Brotherhood questline, if I'm doing a dungeon, I can sneak around and do these assassination takedowns, and I can play stealthy if I want, which isn't an option in most MMOs. So I'm really happy with the Blade of Woe, and I think that's what really makes this DLC. I would honestly pay $25 just to have the Blade of Woe, not even to mention the Dark Brotherhood questline in the new zone. So in my opinion, it really does make the DLC, and it's a great addition. Let's move on to some of the things that were available in the free base patch. Champion points now have taken over veteran ranks. Veteran ranks are gone for good, which is awesome. They really need to go, and now champion points have taken over, and it makes the endgame a lot better. It's so much more or less grindy, and it's really just a great endgame system, and I haven't seen it in that many MMOs. It's pretty creative, and I think it was a great system to replace veteran ranks with overall. The crafting bag has come, and it's great for us ESO Plus members. It freed up so much of my inventory. I logged on and it was just a sigh of relief. I haven't run out of inventory space, whereas before I had to, go to the bank, delete stuff, and it was just a headache, and now it's so much better. It's a nice little addition for us ESO Plus members, and it's a nice incentive to get that ESO Plus if you haven't already. The last thing I want to mention is the poison making. It's a really cool system. Personally, I'm not an alchemist in the game, so I wasn't able to craft it. I have no experience with that. But using it was really fun, and it changed up the gameplay a little bit. I'm excited to see how it plays out in the PvP, because I haven't gotten a chance to try that out yet. But overall, guys, just a great free patch. Even if you didn't get the DLC, it's cool that that came for free because it did improve the game a lot. Overall, this DLC was really great, the patch was really great, and I have to give it like a 9.7 out of 10. My only complaints were that it was a little buggy. Sometimes I got stuck in a wall or something, but those will be fixed easily. Thieves Guild was perfect in my opinion. That would be a 10 out of 10, and this is just slightly below that. So a 9.7 I think is a fair score, but I would definitely recommend you guys pick it up because I had a blast playing it, and I'm still having fun in the zone, wandering around and exploring and stuff. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. If you liked it, give it a like. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. I am going to Maine for a week, so the videos won't be as often, but after that we'll get back to our regular schedule. If you guys played the DLC, comment below and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one.